This journey begins where every harvest is decided.
Soil selection defines the future of the crop.
Loose, breathable earth is the foundation of peanuts.
Drainage protects roots from silent damage.
Land preparation starts with the first deep plow. Breaking hard layers allows roots to breathe.
Repeated plow.
Repeated plowing refines soil structure.
A level surface ensures uniform growth.
Moisture balance is checked before planting begins. This land is now ready to receive life.
Timing preparation with season is critical.
Every successful harvest begins with planning.
Machines rest, but the process moves forward. The ground is set for the next stage.
Quality seed decides early strength.
Uniform size signals reliable germination.
Each seed carries future yield.
Only strong seeds earn the soil.
Seed protection begins before planting.
Drying locks treatment effectiveness.
Correct temperature ensures fast emergence.
Row spacing prepares organized growth.
Mechanization improves planting accuracy. Proper depth protects early roots.
Uniform planting supports balanced development.
Seeds rest under protective soil.
Sunlight warms the morning field as young peanut plants stretch upward. Their leaves glisten with dew, capturing the first energy of the day. Each plant moves slightly in the breeze, strengthening stems and signaling healthy development. The quiet rhythm of growth shows the farmer that the early care and irrigation cycles are succeeding. Nutrients in the soil begin to move toward the roots as water is absorbed. Tiny particles dissolve slowly, feeding the developing seedlings. This gradual nourishment ensures steady growth rather than sudden surges. Plants respond silently, leaves standing firm, roots exploring deeper layers, and the soil structure remaining intact and balanced. The farmer walks through the field, inspecting each row with careful eyes. Color, size, and overall posture of the leaves provide vital information. Early interventions prevent stress and disease, protecting the crop from potential damage. Observation at this stage is as important as water or fertilizer, offering insights no instrument can fully provide. Tiny flowers begin to appear on some plants, delicate and yellow against the green foliage. Their emergence signals the transition to the reproductive stage. Though small, these flowers are critical. Their presence marks the start of pod formation below the soil. The farmer notes their distribution, knowing synchronization will affect final yield. Across the field, more flowers bloom in rhythm, creating a subtle visual pattern. Dew and sunlight highlight their petals, and gentle wind causes a soft movement. Uniform flowering ensures that pegs will form evenly, and future pods will develop consistently. The timing of this natural choreography is crucial for maximum productivity. Pollination occurs almost silently, as bees or wind transfer pollen between flowers. Inside each flower, fertilization triggers the initiation of underground pod growth. The farmer monitors carefully, knowing that any damage to these early reproductive stages can reduce the final harvest. Nature's timing and human observation work in tandem. Soon, stems bend gently toward the soil as pegs begin forming. Each peg carries the promise of a future peanut pod, reaching downward with purpose. The soil awaits, ready to receive them. Subtle micro-movements in the ground accompany this process, highlighting the intimate interaction between plant and earth. Moisture continues to support this underground development, keeping soil soft and nutrients accessible. Leaves above indicate that energy is flowing properly, while below, tiny pods find space to grow. The balance between water, nutrients, and environmental conditions determines whether each peg will successfully become a mature pod. Weeds are carefully monitored at this stage to prevent interference with flowering and pegging. Early intervention maintains space and light for each plant, allowing the reproductive cycle to proceed unhindered. Clean rows improve airflow and reduce stress, ensuring that the energy of the plant is directed toward pod formation. By the end of this phase, the field is alive with synchronized growth. Flowers, pegs, and young pods exist in quiet harmony beneath the leaves. The farmer adds patient observation and precise care guarantee that the crop is on track for healthy development. Nature's rhythm is complemented by human guidance, preparing the peanut plants for the next stages of growth. Sunlight filters softly through the leaves as tiny pegs push gently into the soil. Below the surface, small pods begin to take shape, shielded by earth. The plants above show subtle signs of strength and vigor, while roots channel nutrients to every developing pod. This hidden work sets the stage for the peanut's slow, steady growth. Water is delivered carefully through irrigation, reaching the root zones evenly. Moisture supports peg penetration and early pod development, without oversaturating the soil. The balance of hydration ensures that roots deepen and pods are protected from stress, while the above-ground foliage continues absorbing sunlight efficiently. The farmer inspects the field with practiced eyes, noting leaf color and soil condition. Any sign of weakness or uneven growth prompts subtle adjustments in irrigation or soil management. Observation is continuous, recognizing that early intervention preserves uniform pod development and prevents later complications. Macro-level soil activity is quiet but vital. Nutrients dissolve and move toward the emerging pods, while nitrogen-fixing nodules enrich the earth. This natural enrichment supports each peg's journey underground, combining with careful human management to produce strong, healthy pods. Wind moves lightly through the leaves, strengthening stems and encouraging flexible growth. Flowers continue to bloom where needed, and the timing of flowering ensures pegs appear uniformly. The field, though calm on the surface, is a dynamic system of energy transfer, nutrient movement, and careful plant guidance. Small adjustments in soil moisture are monitored daily. Overly wet soil slows peg growth, while too dry conditions stress the roots. The farmer uses experience, touch, and subtle visual cues to maintain perfect balance, allowing the pods to expand naturally without interference or damage. Weeds are addressed carefully at this stage, appearing sparsely between rows. Mechanical or manual removal ensures clean spacing, prevents competition for nutrients, and supports air circulation. The plants focus on reproductive growth rather than defensive energy, allowing pods to form securely below the soil. Below-ground time-lapse shows pegs elongating steadily, with pods starting to swell at their tips. Roots provide water and nutrients efficiently, while soil particles shift slightly to accommodate growth. Each pod progresses silently, hidden beneath the leaves that reflect its success above. Above-ground leaves signal health and hydration levels. Any yellowing or drooping indicates that pods below may need support. The farmer observes and adjusts irrigation or soil treatment accordingly, ensuring every plant maintains uniform growth. Nature and human oversight work in harmony to protect the crop. By the end of this phase, the early pods are securely nestled underground. Roots are strong, and the field shows uniform vigor. The plants have transitioned from early growth to active reproductive development. Every subtle motion, every careful decision has guided the peanut crop closer to its eventual harvest. Sun rises over the field, casting golden light across uniform rows of peanut plants. Leaves glisten with dew as tiny pods continue swelling underground. This early stage of maturation is quiet but vital, with roots channeling nutrients and moisture, while the plants above appear calm and steady. Each movement below is a sign of life progressing as expected. Irrigation flows again, but gently. Water reaches the soil's deeper layers, ensuring every peg and emerging pod receives nourishment. This careful hydration balances growth above and below ground. The field shows subtle harmony. Strong green leaves above hint at successful pod development hidden beneath. The farmer inspects the soil surface, observing subtle cracks and color changes. These natural indicators guide the timing of the next irrigation. Experience, rather than instruments alone, allows him to read the field's silent signals, ensuring that pods are neither overwatered nor deprived of essential moisture. Nutrients in the soil continue their slow journey toward the pods. Roots absorb these elements efficiently, promoting steady expansion. The combination of hydration, nutrition, and soil structure supports balanced growth, strengthening pods while keeping the plants resilient against environmental stressors. Mechanical and manual weed control ensures clean rows, giving pods room to grow. Even small weeds, if left unattended, could compete for nutrients and water. By maintaining clear spaces, the plants can focus energy on reproductive growth, while the soil remains loose and aerated for deep root penetration. Above-ground leaves sway lightly in the breeze, reflecting the ongoing activity below. Healthy foliage indicates that the roots and pods are thriving. Any irregularities are detected quickly, allowing precise adjustments to water or soil treatments. The field moves in quiet synchronization, each plant contributing to overall uniformity. Time-lapse observations reveal pods thickening underground. Soil particles shift subtly as they expand, roots continuing their vital absorption. The slow, almost imperceptible growth emphasizes nature's rhythm, steady, patient, and carefully guided by the farmer's attentive management. The golden afternoon highlights the uniformity of the rows. Leaves catch sunlight at perfect angles, signaling balanced energy distribution. Meanwhile, the pods below respond to water and nutrients consistently, ensuring that each peg transforms into a healthy, plump pod ready for the next stage of growth. By late day, the farmer performs detailed checks, gently brushing soil near emerging pods. Early detection of potential stress or pest activity allows interventions that do not disturb the plants. This careful, attentive process ensures that months of preparation are not lost at a critical stage of reproductive development. As the sun begins to lower, the field rests in a calm, glowing light. Pods are growing silently beneath the surface, leaves above signal vitality, and roots continue absorbing nutrients efficiently. The first major phase of underground development is well underway, setting the stage for synchronized maturation and future harvest. Early morning light stretches across the field as the farmer checks irrigation channels. Water gates are carefully closed, signaling the end of a controlled flow. Dust settles gently around the edges, and a calm quiet falls over the land. The soil absorbs the last moisture, preparing roots and pods for steady development. The irrigation pump rests silently, heat shimmering above its metal surface. Machines pause, their work done for the moment, while the plants respond below. The quiet contrast between mechanical stillness and natural activity emphasizes the harmony between technology and nature in this carefully managed system. Sunset paints the field in warm golden tones. Reflections glint briefly on moist soil as water percolates down to the roots. Though the surface appears still, moisture works beneath, fueling underground growth and strengthening the developing pods. The cinematic glow of the evening highlights the subtle rhythm of the land. Night brings thermal calm to the soil, revealing hidden moisture retained deep underground. This retention ensures that roots and young pods continue steady development. The unseen water movement beneath the surface reminds us that much of a crop's life happens silently, away from the eye of the observer. Dawn arrives the next day, with a gentle breeze moving across standing plants. Leaves appear fresh, stems firm, and the soil balanced. The irrigation phase stabilizes growth, and the plants are ready for the next steps. The field exudes calm confidence, the results of careful preparation and precise management visible in every row. As the morning mist drifts, tiny weeds emerge between the peanut rows. These unwanted competitors silently challenge nutrient access. Their subtle presence reminds the farmer that vigilance is required. Early identification ensures weeds are controlled before they affect the crop's potential. A close look below the surface shows roots intertwined with tiny weeds. Nutrient competition begins quietly, with plants defending space for their pods. Understanding these hidden dynamics allows the farmer to plan interventions carefully, preserving the strength and balance of each crop row. Hands move gently through the soil, removing young weeds while leaving roots intact. Careful manual intervention ensures that the plants remain unharmed, while early removal supports the strength of the developing peanut crop. The rhythm of human attention complements the natural processes below the surface. Mechanical weeders pass slowly between rows, raising small dust clouds. Precision alignment and gentle operation minimize disruption to the crops while reducing labor pressure. This coordinated approach keeps the field organized, allowing plants to absorb nutrients efficiently without unnecessary stress. Clean, cleared rows provide a clear visual of progress. The contrast between removed weeds and healthy plants emphasizes the benefits of early control. Nutrients reach the roots more effectively, airflow improves, and the field stands ready for balanced growth, a testament to careful management and consistent attention. Balanced nutrition begins as the farmer measures fertilizer granules in the containers. Precision is key. Each particle matters. Light glows softly on the textured surfaces, emphasizing careful handling. Every decision at this stage determines leaf expansion, root strength, and overall crop vigor. Fertilizer is spread evenly along the rows. Slow, controlled motions ensure that each plant receives balanced feeding. The calm environment mirrors the measured approach. Too much or too little can disrupt growth, while the correct balance encourages healthy leaves and strong stems. Macro-level observations show fertilizer dissolving into moist soil. Particles break down gradually, releasing nutrients in tune with plant demand. Precision mixing ensures that the young plants receive shields without unnecessary chemical exposure, supporting healthy, uncontaminated development. The farmer sprays crops at low pressure, fine mist visible in sunlight. Preventive measures protect leaves and stems, guarding against pests and disease. Coverage matters more than quantity. The tiny droplets settle evenly, maximizing effectiveness while minimizing waste. Wide views of the treated field reveal fresh, upright plants. Gentle breezes move through the leaves, a subtle reflection of their renewed vitality. Ensuring that both above-ground and below-ground growth remain balanced and healthy. As sunset approaches, the field radiates calm confidence. Leaves reflect the strength of underground development, while roots and early pods continue their silent progress. The crop's health has entered a stable phase, setting the stage for flowering and reproductive growth. Dew sparkles on petals, cinematic light highlights geometry and pattern. Synchronization ensures uniform yield potential, setting up a rhythm for pollination and pegging that will guide underground pod formation in the coming days. Morning sunlight glances off tiny yellow peanut flowers. Uniform flowering supports the development of pegs and pods with minimal competition or interference. The farmer inspects flower bases closely, selecting healthy specimens and brushing soil gently. Early intervention protects the crop's energy, ensuring that only strong flowers progress to pegging and eventual pod formation. Every careful observation maintains the field's potential for high yield. Time-lapse captures flowers across the field opening and pegs beginning to descend into the soil. The cinematic view shows a synchronized rhythm as nature quietly moves forward. Above ground, leaves sway in gentle breezes while below, tiny pods start their hidden journey toward maturity. Moisture supports fertilization and pod formation. This balance between water, nutrients, and temperature allows roots and pods to develop steadily without stress. From a wide perspective, the field shows vibrant green leaves with scattered yellow flowers. The visual harmony above mirrors the synchronized growth below, demonstrating the connection between canopy health and underground development. The farm appears calm, yet full of hidden activity. As the day progresses, flowers finish their stage and pegs enter the soil. Sunlight highlights the subtle motion of leaves and stems, signaling that pegs are well positioned for pod development beneath the surface. Macro cross-sections reveal pegs elongating underground, roots spreading, and tiny pods beginning to form at their tips. Every movement is slow but purposeful. The farmer's careful irrigation and soil management ensure that each pod receives water and nutrients efficiently. Side views of soil layers show pods growing in depth, shielded by protective earth. Gradual growth strengthens pod structure while roots anchor them securely. This stage is delicate, requiring patient observation to maintain ideal soil conditions and prevent damage from pests or uneven moisture. Close-up observations show tiny pods forming at peg tips. Every pod begins its journey silently, invisible to casual eyes but critical for the eventual harvest. Time-lapse from above reveals multiple pegs penetrating the soil across rows, creating visual symmetry. Uniform development at this stage ensures balanced yield potential. The coordination between nature and human care maintains equilibrium and growth across the entire field. Macro-level views of roots show nutrient absorption feeding emerging pods. Above-ground leaves reflect vitality, while below, pods grow quietly. From a low-angle perspective, green leaves dominate the view, concealing the progress below. Observation above ground provides indirect clues about underground success and prepares the farmer for upcoming interventions. The farmer carefully examines leaves for subtle changes, noting color, shape, and firmness. Healthy foliage indicates that underground pods are developing well. Each observation provides insight into nutrient absorption and overall crop health, allowing precise adjustments before the next stage of growth. Tiny nodules on the roots fix nitrogen naturally, enriching the soil. Nutrient availability increases steadily, fueling pod development and ensuring that growth continues uniformly across the field. Time-lapse cross-sections display pods gradually swelling beneath the surface. Soil particles shift gently as each pod expands. A process both quiet and remarkable, invisible from above but critical to overall yield. Uniform green indicates that below-ground pod formation is progressing consistently, showing the balance between leaf growth, nutrient flow, and underground pod maturation. Tiny shifts ensure space for expansion while roots continue to absorb nutrients efficiently. These subtle dynamics highlight nature's precision and the careful management required to maintain uniform development. The farmer walks slowly along row edges, observing subtle leaf indicators. Early detection of minor issues ensures that pods continue swelling properly without compromising the crop's future yield. Morning dew glistens on leaves, reflecting sunlight across the field. While surface beauty is apparent, the real activity occurs below, where pods thicken and roots absorb water and minerals. The hidden progress is continuous, guided by both natural processes and human care. Sunset casts warm light over the fully green field, signaling that the hidden pod stage is approaching completion. Soil supports pod expansion while leaves above continue photosynthesis. The crop now enters the next phase, preparing for peak pod development and eventual harvest readiness. Macro cross-sections reveal pods reaching full size, nestled securely underground. Subtle shading of the soil emphasizes depth and realism. Each pod has absorbed nutrients steadily, its growth synchronized with surrounding roots and stems. Wide drone shots capture the field's canopy, lush and uniform. Above-ground health reflects underground success. Every pod is thriving, every root is nourished, and the crop is prepared for the next stage of maturation. Nutrients flow steadily through the roots, fueling the final stages of pod growth. Each pod thickens beneath the soil, while leaves above remain strong and upright, reflecting the balance between nourishment and underground development. Drone shots reveal the lush canopy moving gently in the breeze. The uniform green above indicates synchronized growth below, demonstrating that careful irrigation, fertilization, and monitoring have produced consistent results across the field. Macro views show pod skins thickening, fine hairs visible, and soil particles clinging gently. Protective layers develop naturally, safeguarding seeds as they mature underground. This silent progression demonstrates the plant's inherent strategy to defend its valuable reproductive structures. Time-lapse sequences capture pods swelling over days, the soil shifting subtly to accommodate growth. Each expansion is gradual, reflecting the natural rhythm of the plant, preparing pods for full maturation. Subtle color changes signal that underground pods have reached peak size. Leaves above act as a guide, providing visible cues of progress and timing for upcoming harvest preparations. Macro cross-sections show seeds inside pods fully formed, firm, and plump. Texture details emphasize nutritional completeness. Each pod now functions as a self-contained unit, ready to be collected when the time comes, reflecting months of careful cultivation and soil management. Wide field shots reveal rows with slightly yellowing tips, morning sunlight casting long shadows, allowing the farmer to plan harvest efficiently. Close-ups show soil moisture supporting pod growth, dew and subtle reflections visible. Every stage of irrigation, fertilization, and observation has contributed to this optimal condition. Side view cross-sections depict pods nestled securely underground, fully protected until harvest. This hidden stage confirms that months of careful management have produced a strong, resilient crop. Drone perspectives slowly rise, showing fields stretching in perfect symmetry. Leaves and stems reflect vitality above, while pods below have matured successfully. Healthy plants promise an abundant yield, demonstrating the harmonious integration of human care and nature's rhythm. Macro-level views show soil particles clinging lightly to pods. Every pod carries months of care, each root and leaf contributing to its growth. Dust shifts subtly as the wind passes, revealing the quiet energy beneath the surface, a testament to patient nurturing and consistent management. Leaves transition from deep green to hints of yellow, signaling the crop's readiness for the final stages, indicating that pods have reached their optimal size and strength. Wide aerial views highlight a field of yellowing leaves, subtle morning haze softening the cinematic perspective. This color change is a natural signal for harvest preparation, allowing the farmer to plan collection with precision and ensuring pods are not overripe. These subtle changes indicate readiness underground, as mature pods are now firm and protected. Above-ground indicators provide critical cues for timing the harvest correctly. Gently shaking plants shows firm pods beneath the soil. Each pod responds with weight and resistance, confirming full formation, ensuring that the crop is ready for collection without risking immature seeds. These field checks confirm soil dryness, pod firmness, and overall plant health. Experience guides decisions at this stage, ensuring that harvest will capture maximum quality and quantity. Drone shots show uniform maturity across rows. Shadows are soft, highlighting consistent growth, confirming that each plant has completed its development cycle successfully. Moisture meters indicate optimal dryness for harvest. Equipment texture and readings are observed closely, ensuring pods are not overripe or underdeveloped. Timing at this stage is crucial. Proper evaluation preserves flavor, nutrition, and storage life. Macro close-ups show small soil cracks forming as moisture lowers. These natural signals guide the farmer on the harvest moment. Tiny shifts indicate readiness, with underground pods firm and fully formed, while roots and soil maintain balance and stability. The farmer walks slowly along row edges, observing leaf and stem tips. Experienced eyes detect exact readiness, subtle signs invisible to the untrained observer. Every touch and glance informs the timing of harvesting operations to preserve quality and yield. Close-ups capture small insects retreating from the field. Pest activity diminishes naturally as the crop matures, signaling a stable, healthy environment. Above and below ground, the crop is synchronized, ready for careful collection and minimal disruption. Wide drone shots reveal mature peanut fields in cinematic haze. Rows are uniform, leaves slightly yellowing, and shadows soft. This visual consistency across acres indicates that underground pods have matured evenly, ready for efficient harvest. The farmer holds a clump of soil showing multiple mature pods attached. Hands are detailed in cinematic focus, soil particles clinging lightly. Every handful demonstrates harvest readiness and the culmination of months of attentive care. Golden sunlight bathes the field as a cinematic aerial shot slowly retreats. The entire crop waits, perfected by time, irrigation, and human management. The quiet beauty of the landscape reflects the culmination of careful growth cycles and patience. Tractors with peanut harvesters begin moving slowly through the mature field. Soil dust rises gently and machines pass in synchronized motion. This low-angle cinematic perspective emphasizes efficiency combined with delicate care for the pods beneath. Close-up views of harvester blades show pods lifted gently from the soil. Each pod is separated from the earth with precision, highlighting mechanical efficiency and respect for the crop's integrity. Soil falls away while pods move toward collection. Wide perspectives show harvesters trailing dust across multiple rows. Motion is synchronized, cinematic in geometry. Efficiency meets delicate care in every pass, ensuring minimal damage to pods and uniform progress through the field. Inside the harvester, pods move along conveyor belts as soil falls away. Cinematic lighting emphasizes texture and movement. Sorting begins immediately, ensuring that only healthy, fully formed pods continue to storage, maintaining both quality and quantity for the next stages. The farmer monitors machine operations closely, hands-on controls, calm and focused. Human oversight ensures zero waste, as every movement of the harvester is adjusted for optimal efficiency. The harmony of technology and experience safeguards the crop during collection. Collected pods drop into clean storage bins. Cinematic angles capture realistic shadows and textures. Each pod arrives ready for the next stage, demonstrating the combination of careful harvesting and gentle handling that preserves quality. Wide views reveal multiple bins filled with peanuts, arranged neatly under soft cinematic lighting. Organization protects both quality and quantity, allowing subsequent processing and storage without compromise, while the field rests after months of growth. Workers inspect pods manually, selecting the best quality. Hands are in focus while backgrounds remain soft. Quality verification before further processing ensures that only the healthiest, fully formed pods proceed, reflecting meticulous care throughout the growth cycle. Mechanical conveyors transport pods into drying chambers. Slow motion captures the cinematic industrial realism, emphasizing how drying locks in moisture balance. Proper exposure preserves texture, nutritional content, and longevity for storage. Close-ups of temperature and humidity monitors in the drying room highlight documentary accuracy. Controlled environments maintain freshness, ensuring that every pod retains optimal moisture and quality before final packaging or sale. Wide interior shots of the drying chamber reveal evenly spread pods. Soft cinematic lighting emphasizes uniformity. Even exposure ensures that every pod reaches the same readiness, preventing over-drying or uneven quality. The farmer removes dried pods carefully, checking firmness with hands. Realistic textures emphasize months of careful work. Each pod now confirms the success of irrigation, fertilization, protection, an observation that has guided the crop from planting to maturity. Drone shots pull back from the field and storage area, golden light illuminating the landscape. The journey from soil to storage completes gracefully, highlighting the scale of effort, synchronization of nature and human care, and the richness of a successful harvest. Final cinematic fade-out shows harvested pods neatly stacked. The camera slowly rises, capturing the peaceful atmosphere of a job well done. The Moong Phali harvest is perfected by both nature and human dedication. A story of growth, patience, and meticulous care brought to fruition.